In this video, I'm going to share with you how what could have easily been perceived as the worst experience of my life turned out to be the greatest blessing and gift I ever received. And how you can begin to look at your life where trials and tribulations are present, where you may be currently suffering, and transmute them into your own gifts and blessings. Flashback to when I was in high school. I had a girlfriend, I had friends, I was a really good star athlete, and my life was sitting pretty. It was pretty good. And then within a few months' time, where things were great, things were okay, I ended up losing my girlfriend, my two best friends that I hung out with every week, and all my friends that I thought were my friends ended up not being my real true friends. And I stopped getting invited to parties, I stopped getting invited to hang out, and I went down into a deep, dark depression that eventually led me to a path of alcohol and drugs and smoking cigarettes and living a life of self-destruction and self-abuse. Confused, lost, didn't know what to do, didn't know where to turn, didn't know what it was going to take for me to live a better life. Thought that this was all there was, and that I'm just going to get a job and work the rest of my life and be a slave for something that I wasn't passionate about. And that was my life. And what happened over a period of time is that that suffering became my greatest teacher because it forced me, it caused me to start looking for answers. And that led me down a path of self-discovery. And this was the catalyst for the greatest awakening I ever had in my entire life. It led me to being a self-realized being. Not saying that I'm enlightened or anything. There's still a long journey to go. But self-realized in the sense that I know I am the creator of my reality. I am an extension of God. I am that I am. And if it wasn't for all those difficult circumstances and difficult things that went through, that happened in my life, I would not be where I am today. So I am forever grateful for, no matter how painful it really truly was, it ended up becoming my greatest teacher, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I would go through it a million times over if it meant the result of me coming back to this place. And the way I like to relate to it now is that my soul was like, all right, guys, all right, he's fucking ready. Let's initiate his ass. Let's put him into the trenches. Some people might call it the dark night of the soul. Let's put him in that shit because he's ready to realize something. And the realizations that came with this was that I was the creator of my reality. I am the creator of my reality. And when I started to dig more into this truth, in hindsight, it made a lot of sense because how everything fell apart in my life. When I reflect on that time period in that part of my life, I realized I created it all. I was having continuous thoughts of fear of loss of love, jealousy, doubt, worry, anxiety. I was giving actions that were full of deceit and lying and cheating and stealing. I got back what I was giving out, coming from a place of deep insecurity. And this manifested in my physical world, but it became my teacher. So my question to you is, if you are going through a rough patch, if you are experiencing something challenging that is trialing, that is testing your limits, that is questioning, if you're questioning, is it worth it? To ask yourself, what is life trying to teach you? What is life trying to show you, trying to reveal to you? And when you start to approach life from this perspective, this starts to bring you healing, peace, and understanding. Because now Life is happening for learning. Life is happening for you, not to you. And now it becomes an opportunity to learn. I could easily judge that experience and judge the past and be a victim and be woe me. This is all happening to me. There's nothing for me happening here. Life sucks. I could easily still be in that pit and even worse by now. But what I got to do and what you get to do if you were in a place similar to this, what you get to choose to do and what I got to choose was that I create my experience and how I relate. Our perception, our main beliefs create our perception, and our perception is the image that we see on reality. If we perceive that we are ugly, or if we have a belief that we are ugly, then we will perceive things that are in alignment with us being ugly. Whether that's someone gives us a friendly look, but we take it as a sneering look, or someone laughs and just a genuine laugh, or we perceive it as they're mocking us or laughing at us. Or maybe we have a belief that we're not worthy of love. So someone gives us love, but we perceive it as them not being authentic, or we don't receive it and we reject it and sabotage it. Or we create a circumstance that rejects it. So now when you start to look at life through this way, you can see all the gifts that are available, all the wonderful, magical realizations that are available. Life becomes joyful and peaceful, and you come to the realization that you have already arrived. There is nowhere left for you to travel, and yet you are already here. And when you realize this will bring you profound joy and peace. It did for me. So when you understand that you came from the source, you came from God, from the universe, whatever you want to call it, you came from that place. You are an extension of it. And when you really integrate this and really start to see the world through this, now life becomes exciting because the past is the past. The past is the gift that led you to this moment that allowed you to have the realizations, and your mess becomes your message. And now the question becomes, what do I want to create? What do I want to experience? Because I went through all that shit, very uncomfortable shit. I can either live in that shit, or I can now use that as the lesson it was that led me to the realization of now, to now what I want to create. And I vote for myself, and I would hope for you, and I encourage you, is to learn from it and to let it go. Come back to the moment, allow it to be the teacher it was, but don't let it perpetuate any more suffering. It is your choice to be present and let go of the past. And this comes to a principle that I learned from my mentor. And she says that pain is a choice, pain is essential, but suffering is a choice. So I have the choice to continue to hold my attention on that past experience and experience all the negative emotions associated with that experience, or I can choose to let it go. Going through the pain of it was necessary, and it allowed me to learn and grow. But if I choose to hold my attention, now I'm choosing my suffering. I already went through it once. I don't want to go through it again just in my mind. Because literally, as we hold our attention in things, we create chemical reactions in our brain and our body. Think of a happy memory, think of a sad memory. You'll feel happy or sad. When you think of those memories and you hold your attention there and you hold yourself in the place of a victim, we feel disempowered, we feel lack, we feel unworthy, we feel not good enough. So the opportunity here is to let go. Let go of the past. Allow it to be the teacher. Come back to the moment. And now we get to get curious. What do I want to create? What do I want to create? Now life gets exciting because you realize you are the conscious co-creator with this universe. And how you perceive the world is what you experience. And how you perceive about yourself and how you feel about yourself is how others perceive you and how others feel about you. So if you're emitting this self-judgment energy, it's likely that other people are going to be judging you. And if you're emitting this self-love and acceptance energy, it's likely that people are going to be loving and accepting of you. You get to choose the reality that you live in. How cool is that? Albert Einstein said there's two types of people in this world. There's the people that don't believe miracles exist, and there's the people that believe that life itself is a miracle. And all you see are miracles, and all you experience are miracles. I mean, take a moment. We're alive. We have a body. We're in this universe. Like, what even is this? And we get to choose whatever we want to experience and align ourselves that are within the confines, the limitations that are within the within the rules, the laws of this physical universe. So obviously I'm not going to just start flying off, but I can create a magnificent, joyful life, and you can create a magnificent, joyful life. Do you want to live in heaven or hell? Because both are just states of consciousness. Heaven and hell isn't some place we go to in the afterlife after we die. At least this is what I believe. I'm not telling you what to believe, but this is what I believe. You can experience heaven right now. You can experience the most glorious, magical life. View yourself of how you want to experience. View yourself as a beautiful, charming, outgoing, talkative, confident person. The mental picture that you hold in your mind dissolves into who you become. So up until this point, you might have been having self-judging, self-deprecating, self-disempowering thoughts up until this point. And that's okay. It's just part of your experience. We never had an opportunity to choose what we want to believe because we were conditioned by our parents, by society. So ask, is what we believe even what we have chosen to believe, or were they beliefs given to us? And now, how do we want to experience the world? Is life easy or is life hard? Is life ugly or is it life beautiful? Is life abundant and prosperous or lacking and empty? You get to choose. You can be in the heaven or you can be in the hell. Nothing is right or wrong. It's just experience, and it's just what you choose. It's just frequency. It's just energy. And this is such a beautiful gift. And I would have never came to this realization if I didn't go through all those challenges. So begin to get curious. What is life trying to teach you? And how can you let go? And how can you begin to become the conscious creator of your life? Life, God, the universe, soul, if you believe in angels or your ancestors or spirit guides or whatever, are waiting for you to start co-creating with them, to start moving in the direction of your soul, because your mess has a message and this planet is going through a massive shift, and we need more people sharing their heart and living their greatest desires so we can get out of the rat race and do what we love and share our unique gifts with each other. We can become a self-realized civilization and become unity and begin to build a brilliant world together. But it starts with you deciding to realize who you truly are, to give yourself the love and the acceptance and the joy and the happiness and the peace, and all of that comes first so that then you can have an influence on your external reality. So I hope you guys got value out of this video. I love you. Remember who you truly are. Remember who you truly are. Remember where you came from. Remember in your heart, you are powerful beyond measure. And there are infinite possibilities that exist that are waiting for you to choose. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.